exaggeration. None of them fit, and it really upsets me. First of all, I gotta find my computer. I don't know where it's at. I had to go to the Dollar General this afternoon, and get laundry detergent. Oh wow. I got a flashlight back here on the floor. Where is my computer? Get my poster board for my court case so I can start setting that up. I'm gonna try this $1.25 shoe. It looks good. It smells really good. It's supposed to be like a knockoff tea tree. I love the tea tree. It's so expensive though. I also got razor, face wash, things that I needed. Laundry detergent, Downy, OxyClean, laundry detergent. I got a whole bag of stuff that I need. Where is my computer? Yo. Me no. I might have to get out and go around back. Hello. Hey, Kat, Kim. Where is my computer? Hold on. Lord, have mercy on me. What in the hellfire? Where the hell is my computer? Yo, what the frick? Oh, I see it. It's on the other side. I got it. And it fell down in behind my bed. Oh, Lord. I'm so hungry. My shorts don't fit. My shirt don't fit. Nothing fits. God, that was a workout. Everything's too big. Way too big. Look how big it is. Burger. Where's my burger? I'm so hungry. Lock the doors. There's only 4, but it's got onion, pickle, bacon, barbecue sauce, and a meat patty. Bone apple tea. Let's do this spicy 3-pepper sauce. Y'all, I found some of the craziest stuff. Oh God, let me get my... Hope everybody's having a good Sunday. Cookout. The best burger spot on earth. Truly. Nobody does it like Cookout. Ah. What was that? I got napkins everywhere. What is on my computer? I want to talk about whether or not there's minerals in North Carolina, if there's any validity to what's being said on the internet. Here we go. Trying to connect the Wi-Fi. Usually they put mayonnaise and barbecue sauce on it. And they did. It just didn't have a lot. I'm just trying to get my stuff up. Why is this so good? I didn't work out. I don't know why it's so good. Normally they don't give me no napkins. This time they gave me way too many. I'm going to save some of these that I didn't use. The spicy sauce got my nose running. Hey, y'all. I stuffed my face real quick, didn't I? Where is a paper towel? There's one. I went by the Dollar Tree and got me 2 of these, too. For those that don't know, these are my favorite wipes. They are literally the best. They're so sudsy, and you get so many in there for $1.25. They really come in handy. They're disinfectant wipes. I also paint nails. They look really good. I'm better at it. Well, I got suds on them. I just did 2 or 3 coats. Kept it simple. I cut them and then painted them. I used to bite my nails. So it's a miracle that I have any nail. Okay. So I want to talk about these rumors of lithium. There's been rumors that the western North Carolina area, that there was like, it's a conspiracy. First of all, I don't deal with conspiracies. So I wanted to see if there was any truth to the story that this could have been more natural disaster and that these people are being ignored on purpose. Like, no help came for them on purpose. And I got to thinking, I was, no, here's the thing. If you're out there with no food or water for 10 days, when you do finally make it somewhere, the last place you're going to want to go is back to your home where you were stranded without food and water. The lack of help from our government could cause people to leave their home and never want to come back and sell their property. So first of all, lithium is mined in North Carolina, and there's a huge corporation called the Albemarle's So they actually, Albemarle Corporation now owns and is planning to begin lithium production again by 2025. So there's already plans in the works to mine for lithium on a 1,500 acre area in Gaston County, which is 30 miles west of Charlotte. It is very weird that Charlotte, Asheville, and then Tennessee got hit, because here's the thing. We don't know. Let me just read you some stuff, because I'm trying to figure out how to put it into words, what I'm trying to say, and this is very confusing for me, but I do know that I'm on to something right here. Just listen. North Carolina's variety and complex geology is reflected in the diversity of its mineral industry. We have a huge mineral industry in North Carolina. Although no metallic minerals are presently mined, the long-established production of a variety of industrial minerals allows the state to maintain a position in the top 21 mineral producers by value in the nation. Typically, North Carolina's annual mineral production exceeds $500 million. Some of these minerals are lithium, phosphate, and I was like, what is phosphate and what is that used for? Why would that be of importance? Listen to this. Fertilizers, food additives, phosphate is in animal feed, batteries, electric car batteries, household cleaning supplies, pharmaceuticals, and also it's used to make DNA and RNA probes. So phosphate is a very needed and wanted mineral, just like lithium, because those things make car batteries, and everybody's trying to go green, and they're trying to make all cars EVs by a certain year in certain states, and it's crazy. Another one that I found was quartz. One town alone in North Carolina that produces quartz. It is some of the highest purity quartz in the world, and that one town alone produces almost all of the quartz in the entire world, you guys. One town in Asheville. Chromium, copper, gold, silver, iron, lead, zinc, manganese, tungsten, tungsten, I don't know, titanium, nickel, tin, and there's this other thing that I can't say. It's called moly right here. That's another mineral mined for in this area, and as you just heard, the production of these minerals exceed over $500 million in value, like they're annually. This is what they're making from these minerals that they are mining for now. Okay, let's see. Lithium minerals, phosphate rock, and crushed stone account for the bulk of the annual mineral production. North Carolina leads the nation in the production of feldspar, lithium minerals, So we lead the production. Do you see this? Leads the nation in the production of lithium minerals. This is why developers are coming in and trying to buy land from people. But how much of this too, how much did this administration drag their feet in hopes of people just never coming back and selling out on their property? Because I'm here to tell you, with no power and no running water, that's the last place that you want to be if you were stranded there for 10 days. So, you know, did they drag their feet in hopes of people giving up on their property and selling their land? I don't know. I don't know. So first of all, there is a lithium mine, and it is in Kings. And I'm going to show you guys a map so that you can see for yourselves how far this is, because it's not far. It's right on top of each other, and I'm going to show you the area that I believe that developers would love to take. Okay, so Asheville is 70 miles from Kings Mountain, and Kings Mountain is one of the world's largest mines for lithium in the world. Hold on, I gotta set my hands down for a second. I don't have enough hands, you guys. Let me see if I can do that. Ooh, yeah. I use my knee. There we go. Dang it. There we go. Okay, let's see. I didn't even know how to do this before today. So here's Kings Mountain, which is right on the South Carolina, North Carolina line. We're gonna go in. So right here, Rutherford. Hold on one second. Here is Gaston that we just spoke about, and Kings Mountain. Now Shelby, Rutherfordton, this whole area right here, Henderson, Bavard, these places were destroyed by flood. Hold on one second. I'm looking for, that's Knoxville, that's Tennessee. Where is my Asheville? It's right here, right? Why ain't the word? Go in. Thank you. Thank you. So Morganton, that area was hit. Hold on one second. I'm looking for my ground, like my landmarks. There's Banner L. Where in the world, you guys? Marion. Okay. So here's Asheville. I hope that you can see this one. There we go. So here's Asheville. Here's where I was. I went through Bavard. I went through Henderson. Right over here should be Black Mountain and go in. Morganton, Marion, Statesville. Where is Black Mountain and Swannanoa? I can find, you guys, I can't find anything. I can't find what I'm looking for, and it's aggravating me because I'm not good with directions already. I'm like the world's worst when it comes to reading maps, okay? First of all, this whole area over here, this is where the mining place is. So this is Canton and Gaston. Okay, this is Charlotte, Concord area. They were also hit in parts of the area, which is kind of ironic because it goes right from Gaston to King to Shelby, all the way over here to Asheville. Henderson was hit hard. I can't find Spruce Pine. Where is... Supposed to be Black Mountain and Swannanoa, and I can't find it. There's Hickory, Statesville, Boone. This whole area, though, this whole area is worth tons of money because a lot of these places, they have mined in before, such as Shelby and Hendersonville. They've mined, they've found, They found lithium. They found all kinds of minerals in that area. So we know that that land is valuable. There's been mining there before. And once again, Kings Mountain, which is 70 miles from Asheville, that 70-mile stretch, they've mined all through there in the past. And they located lithium and all kinds of other valuable minerals. A lot of them, phosphate, quartz, chromium, copper, gold, and silver. So that land is worth millions, if not billions. See, there's not currently mining going on there because a lot of people own the land. Listen to this. It says Foot Mineral Company operated the Kings Mountain lithium mine from 1938 to 1988. Albemarle Corporation now owns that mine and is planning to begin lithium production again by 2027. I can't figure out when this was wrote. It doesn't have a date on it. It's a PDF file that I found. It says Piedmont Lithium is hoping to build a 1,500-acre lithium mine along the geologic trend in Gaston counties, 30 miles west of Charlotte and 70 miles south of, well, it would be southeast from Asheville. That whole area, though, is very lucrative. But people own that land. Farmers. We're going to get into that in a minute. Lithium production in North Carolina has been mostly from pegmites and rocks, pegamites and rocks along the west side of Kings Mountain shear zone. And it says that, it's some kind of fossil. And it says that they are 330 million years old. It says a shear zone is a zone of weakness in Earth's crust and mantle that occurs along a fault. Excess pressure and heat from magma causes rocks to deform but not break. Hot, iron-rich water can circulate the shear zones, causing the formation of rocks and I don't know, you guys. Pegamitis. Yep. That contain minerals. So this is how this stuff is made, lithium. Apparently Kings Mountain is rich in it. And surrounding areas they found it in surrounding areas as well. But this is the largest mine for lithium, one of the largest ones in the entire world. So these people are bringing in millions, if not billions of dollars in lithium. And here's the thing, I have no doubt that if they, judging by the fact that they're already making over $500 million a year on mineral production in North Carolina, I have no doubt that they want the people of Western North Carolina to get out of there so that they can mine that and have the minerals. I have no doubt. Hold on one second. So it says a top lithium producer and Albemarle's original plans to reopen the Kings Mountain mine in North Carolina as early as 2026 have been pushed back. Now, when was this written? This was in May of this year. Eric Norris, the president of energy storage at Albemarle, said progress slows as the company faces headwinds from a collapse in lithium prices, but the project is moving forward. Now, this is them talking about opening this plant at Kings Mountain to mine for lithium. So it says the rich source mine is crucial to setting up a domestic electric vehicle battery supply chain. So they are desperate to be able to push out lithium batteries for EV cars. Now, this was wrote back in May. It said that they were having some issues. It says Albemarle's plans to reopen a resource-rich lithium mine in North Carolina will take longer than originally expected as a collapse in lithium prices weigh on the company. It says Albemarle, a top lithium producer, had originally planned to reopen the Kings Mountain mine as early as 2026 to increase domestic lithium production and support a U.S. vehicle battery supply chain. They're trying to do a California on the East Coast, you guys. Kings Mountain could produce enough mineral to manufacture 1.2 million electric vehicles annually. They don't want the people. that we already know those mountains, they produce minerals. We've already found we already have one of the largest lithium producers in the world 70 miles down the road from Asheville. This is why developers are coming in and these corporations are trying to buy this land. The mine sits on one of the world's richest deposits of spodumene, or a source of lithium, y'all. Whoa. There's currently one operational lithium mine in the U.S. in Silver Peak, Nevada, which is also owned by Albemarle. So this company owns the only 2 lithium mines in America. So it says the company is preparing to start the permitting process, which will take 2 years to complete. This was back in May. It says construction will be a multi-year undertaking before the mine is operational. The Biden administration, I'm sure they have. The Biden administration has made setting up a battery supply chain supported by domestic lithium production and processing a top priority dependence on China, which dominates the global market. Albemarle awarded a $90 million grant from the Defense Department to support domestic mining, which the company is using to help reopen Kings Mountain. So this is our government. Y'all, this shit is wild. Kings Mountain was an operational lithium mine from 1937 until the 1980s when owner of I'm sorry, y'all. I just feel like such a conspiracy theorist right now. It's just so wild because all of the evidence is out here to support all of people's crazy stories. I mean, this tells me that this is why they wouldn't send and help the people, because they want them to suffer enough to where they run and flee from their homes and never come back. Do you know what kind of PTSD this gives somebody? It's the type of PTSD to make you completely change your lifestyle. You know, you once enjoyed the solitary confinement of the woods, and now you want to live in the city so that you're never in a situation where help can't get near you to help you. You know, I mean, that's just hypothetical, but I know what it feels like to be isolated. I know what it feels like to be isolated. And in my opinion, the government wants these people to flee the Asheville area and live elsewhere. This land is valuable to the government, in my opinion. I feel crazy. All right, let's start over. So it was an operational lithium mine from 1937 until the 80s when the owner, Rockwood Holdings, ceased operations to focus on resources in Chile. So yes, Chile is one of the main places that we get lithium from. There's other ones. I probably should tell you guys that, but Chile. Albemarle acquired Rockwood in the mine in 2015. Albemarle has come under pressure as global lithium prices have collapsed more than 40% since last year and 81% from 2022 highs. Forcing the company to adjust expansion plans, Albemarle put a hold on chemical plant in Richburg, South Carolina, that would have produced lithium from Kings Mountain. Albemarle CEO Ken Masters said the industry still needs to add significant capacity as electric vehicles demand remains strong, with more than 20% of global growth so far this year. However, lithium prices have fallen below the marginal cost of production as the supply of the commodity has expanded. Lithium prices, blah, blah, blah. Stuff is so interesting. So, in my opinion, there's more than enough evidence to support that our government would want the land for him. So, this is from the agricultural government. Hold on one second. something that I found interesting that I saw in a video was this girl was talking about how she picked up a farmer's almanac. If you do not know what a farmer's almanac is, it's an old book. Farmer's almanac. So they make one every year. And it's a book. It talks about winter, planting a garden. It has a lot of information for farmers. And it started its first publication in 1818. And it would help farmers with crops. And hold on one second. They produce one every year, and all of them are different. So there was a girl that said that she had picked up a farmer's almanac, and it told her that all of these men's, yes, here it is. It's called the generational transition of farmland. I found this very interesting. This year, there's going to be, okay, a lot of old farmers that used to produce cotton, tobacco, soy, whatever, they're getting to the age that they can no longer be out in the fields working. This never even crossed my mind, but there is going to be a land swap of millions of acres of farmland into a younger generation's hands. The majority of those people that are going to be coming into farmland, the majority, they're going to be selling that farmland. Let me just read you some of this. Because this really applies to areas like Asheville, where there is a huge farming, community. And also, I told you guys, a lot of Ashevilleans, however you say it, they're old. It's a lot of old people up there. Okay. So, nearly 400 million acres will change hands just this decade. A Farm Journal survey of farmers found that 80% hope to transfer their operation to the next generation, but only 20% are confident in the succession plan to achieve that said goal. It will change hands either across family generations or in selling to investment funds, high net worth individuals, and strategic corporate investors. Situations include the development to satisfy creeping urbanization, the breaking up of large family property into numerous smaller ones, and meeting other competing interests. So only 20% of farmers who was planning to leave their farmland to their kids, only 20 of them even have faith that they're going to keep the family farm running and the family name going, and that's really sad. Most farmers now are over 60 years old. This girl has a TikTok that I was wearing. I can't find it. She was explaining how this land is going to be switching over. 400 million acres is a lot of land. So let's look at this Albemarle. So this is the mining company, okay? These are the ones that have two of the largest mining in the world. The largest, yeah, so Kings Mountain is the largest, one of the largest lithium producers in the world. And it says, Albemarle is seeking approval to resume open pit mining and expand the mine footprint of the Kings Mountain mine, which was idled in the 1990s. Well, I wonder why it was shut down. Why did Albemarle stop mining for lithium in the 90s in North Carolina, Kings Mountain? It says Albemarle stopped mining lithium Kings Mountain, North Carolina mine in the 1990s because the previous owner, Rockwood Holding, wanted to focus on a cheaper brine deposits in Chile. So he went to Chile to mine. Albemarle acquired, we've read this, but like, oh wow. So it says the Department of Energy gave them $150 million funding. They got $150 million funding through the Department of Energy to try to get this mine reopened by the end of 2026. So it said Albemarle Corp wants to restart mining for lithium at a site along Interstate 85 Kings Mountain that shut down in the 1980s. A technical center, Raven Circle, is still on the 800 acre plot of land. Residents who live around the proposed site are concerned that they won't be able to find a new place to live if they are forced to move from their homes. Deborah Dixon said that she had been told her family's home along Park Grace Road is just outside of the proposed mining site, but not quite far enough away to be spared from its impact. Quote, I have a lot of concerns because we have had this place paid. She said that she has no issues with turning the tract of land near her home into an active mining site. She's concerned that a potential buyout of her property won't be enough for her family to avoid a new mortgage elsewhere. They want a fair trade. There were no residents in any of the areas when the mining shut down a decade ago. Albemarle Corp now wants to restart mining for lithium, which is used to make long-standing batteries for electric cars. The current median home price in Cleveland County is $196,000 and increasing. Now, this was in 2022 when this was wrote. Come on. Y'all. So I looked into some of the surrounding areas to see if the land was actually worth money, and Rutherford is right down the road from, it's in between Asheville and Kings Mountain, and Rutherfordton, North Carolina, actually was part of the gold rush in the 1790s. That whole area from Asheville, the Appalachian Trail, Tennessee, you know, any mountain area was part of the gold rush, okay? They were finding gold, they were finding silver, tin, copper, all of these minerals that were worth a lot of money back then. And actually, I'm willing, some of those things were money back then, like the minerals themselves. That was money. That was probably currency. I don't know, but it says from 1790 to 1840, Rutherfordton, North Carolina, was the center of North Carolina's gold industry, with 70% of the country's gold coming from western North Carolina. This land is so valuable. Back then, they could mine for things. It was very dangerous. It still is. Today, though, we have certain technologies that with this. A lot of the technology that we have, we could apply and probably find millions, if not billions, worth of minerals over here on the mountains. A lot of them have not been mined. This land, in my opinion, is probably worth a lot of money right now. Probably one of the most secretive pieces of, like, hidden treasure. You know what I mean? Like, this area has not really been gone over with a fine-tooth comb when it comes to these minerals. It's also Shelby, North Carolina was another area that was mined And so that's another one that's on the way to this mountain, Kings Mountain. There's so many different, like the Charlotte Observer wrote an article in 2023, December 6th, so not even a year ago. And it says they're talking about this lithium plant that's going to open and how it's be great. And it says they're seeking approval as of last December. And it says the mine's 30 miles west of Charlotte is expected to play a crucial role in establishing the U.S. as a leader in electric vehicle evolution. It's one of the few hard rock lithium deposits in the country. This area is worth a lot of money, you guys. My computer is being so slow. Also, in 1998, the mining world wondered if the 88-carat emerald mined by Alexander County resident Jamie Hill was a fluke. They are wondering no more. Hill announced recently that he had discovered 2 more huge stones, one in excess of 100 carats of incredible quality. Gem in the top photo is an exempt from a mineral laboratory Museum of Henderson County in Hendersonville, North Carolina. So let's see if we can click on this and zoom in. Okay, probably not. Okay, I know you can't see it, but that is a huge gem. Both of them are. He supposedly found these, okay? I'm sorry to my regular followers. Thank you, Callie. Good to see you. Let's see here. So he found these in Henderson County in Hendersonville, North Carolina. Also, a hiddenite was found in Alexander County. It was a 59-carat stone. So that's another thing. There's also gemstones. It's not just lead and zinc and manganese and titanium and nickel and tin and quartz and copper and gold and silver and iron and lithium and phosphate and quartz. There's also gems. So this land, y'all, this is wild. And it says, each year, thousands of people visit local mining sites to try their luck with the beauty of the area. When I was a kid, my parents would take me to Cherokee, and we would go stop outside, and there would be all of these mining sites where they give you can go out and get buckets of dirt, and you shift through them, hoping that you got a gem. It's so much fun. And these mountains, this is where people do this for fun during certain seasons, the summer, the fall. It says each year, thousands of people visit local mining sites to try their luck and enjoy the beauty of the area. Furthermore, our rich mining history is told in museums. In addition to Reed Gold Mine, there's a museum in North Carolina Minerals on the Blue Ridge Parkway. You can go through the Blue Ridge Parkway to get to Asheville. This land is full of minerals and gems and gold, lithium. It says in 1799, North Carolina was the first site of America's first discovery of gold. Until 1848, it led the nation in gold production. A historic site, Reed Gold Mine, now marks the spot, and visitors can pan for gold themselves for a small fee. It's a lot of fun, actually. You get little flakes and stuff of gold. You can actually see them in the water. So as you can hear, this whole area from Tennessee coming south, like southeast, that whole area is full of ton of minerals and things that they need for car production, for the pharmaceutical industry, for fertilizers, for food additives, for animal feed, for DNA and RNA probes. I mean, it's wild. This is a billion-dollar industry, and I don't know if the lack of help has anything to do with that. I'm just saying that it's a coinky-dink. It's a coinky-dink. All of these areas, down to Shelby, they used to find monzonite, and it says that dates back to 1906. Monzite, emeralds, casterite, Lord, y'all's minerals they used to find. Those were all in Shelby. North Carolina has hundreds of abandoned historic mines. Gold is also found in North Carolina, with deposits in both the Piedmont and the mountain regions. So North Carolina is covered in minerals. And this is why developers are coming in and trying to get people to sell their land. No. Don't fail me now. Damn computer's dying, y'all. No. Wow. So we ain't got no fun. Damn people out here helping like they should. They might damn be there by now. But one thing that I find interesting is if you want to go ahead and sell your land, they already got something on Google for you to do so. If you want to go ahead and sell your storm damaged house, you can. So let's read a little bit more about this. It says industrial minerals are mined throughout North Carolina in the mountain Piedmont and coastal plain provinces. Sand and gravel are mined in about half of the counties, and a variety of indigenous and metamorphic rocks are quarried in many mountain and peak counties for the production of crushed stone and dimension stone. The coastal plain has fewer limestone quarries, which produce crushed stone and agricultural limestone. Clay, crushed stone, dimension stone, I hope I'm saying that right, feldspar, mica, lithium. Although first recognized as early as 1906, the economic significance of the specimen-bearing pegmatites of Kings Mountain District was not realized until 1942. Today, this relatively small area in Cleveland and Gaston counties contains more than 80% of the known lithium ore reserves in the U.S., estimated probed and probable reserves of 70 million short tons of 20% spodumene, or 1.5%. Y'all, I'm going to show you this because I don't know what the hell I just read. I get it. I get it. 80% of the known lithium. 80% of the reserves are in North America. Sorry. That is wild. So it says the lithium bearings crop out along a 1 mile wide zone on the weakest flank of the Kings Mountain shear zone. The shear zone sets high grade metamorphic rocks of the inner Piedmont on the west from the lower grade metamorphic rocks of the Kings Mountain belt on the east. Jesus. This is why they're not trying to help the people of Kings Mountain keep their home built. They don't want them to. Not Kings Mountain, but, you know, Asheville. That whole area, I mean, I know it's a 70-mile gap, you guys, but what I'm saying is that whole trek, all of that land, they can mine for minerals. Hasn't been even touched since the 1900s. Phosphate. In the late 50s, phosphate deposit was found beneath a large portion of Beaufort County in the Punjin River Formation. Miocene Punjin River Formation. Subsequent exploration Oh, wow. Okay. North Carolina is now the second lead phosphate producer behind Florida. Second largest in the world. Florida's number 1. It's about 95% of the total United States phosphate production comes from North Carolina and Florida. Prophylinite is high alumina material. Y'all, a lot of these I can't listen. It's a high. And it says it's volcanic rock. So we mine for a lot of stuff. Heavy minerals, gemstones, other non-metallic minerals, diamonds, coal, peat, petroleum and natural gas, metals, uranium minerals. There's a lot that North Carolina mines for, and that whole land from Asheville, actually from Tennessee through Asheville, southeast to Kings Mountain, that whole area through Shelby, Henderson, Bavar, all of that, very worth a lot of money. In my opinion, that land is worth a lot of money. We also have the largest land ownership switch taking place currently because old farmers are getting old. They're passing away and they're leaving their farm, their land, to their kids. Only 20% approximately even believe that their kids are going to keep which means that there's going to be a lot of land grabbing coming up this century. It's already started, okay? But we need to take our land back. These corporations buying our land and owning our homes is not acceptable. A majority of U.S. land and farms is owner operated. Just over 60% according to the 2022 Census of Agricultural. The national share of farmland that is owner-operated has been relatively steady over the past 50 years, with a noticeable decline during the farm financial crisis of the 1980s. Higher rates of farmland rental are reported in the Mississippi Delta region as well as the Corn Belt and the Northern Plains. Sorry, my hair's getting on my nerves, you guys. Some days it wants to act right, and other days I want to just pull it out and pull a 2007 Brittiers. Shave it off. In 2016, USDA Economic Research Service published a comprehensive study of farmland ownership, tenure, and transfer in the U.S. agricultural. The study provides both a descriptive baseline analysis of land ownership and a more detailed look at several aspects of land tenure, including non-operator landlords, rental agreements, the acquisition and transfer of land, and how decision-making is shared by landlords and their tenants. The analysis is primarily delivered from the results of the 2014 Tenure, Ownership, and Transition of Agricultural Land Survey, which was administered by the USDA ERS and Natural Agricultural Statistics Service NASS as part of a special follow-up to the 2012 Census of Agricultural to collect data from the owners and operators of agricultural land. Of the 911 million acres of farmland in the 48 states was rented. So it says approximately 39% of the 911 million acres in 48 states was rented. Farmland was rented. More than half of cropland is rented, compared with just over 25% of pasture land. In general, rental activity concentrated in grain production area, cash grains such as rice, corn, soybeans, and wheat, and also cotton, are commonly grown in areas where over 50% of farmland is rented. So this is actually interesting. I didn't even know that you could rent farmland. Not me being that dumb. Yes, absolutely. So as you can see rented, owner operated. That's cropland and pasture land. Pasture land is going to be your goats and your chickens and your cows, and they're just out on the land grazing. That's your pasture land. Cropland is where they're growing grains, cotton and stuff like that. So it says smaller family farm operators are more likely to be full owners of land they operate. 45% of farmland is in small family farms, and nearly half, 46% of this land is found in operations that own all the land they operate. 51% of land in farms and mid-sized and larger family farm operations, which are most commonly a mixture of rented and owned land. Non-family farms account for 4% of all land, 28% of which is found in full ownership operations. 80% of rented farmland is owned by non-operational landlords, those that own and used in agricultural production but are not actively involved in farming. The remaining 20% of rented land is owned by other farm landlords. What the hell? Oh. Retired farmers make up 38% of non-operator landlords. In addition, farmers approaching retirement are more likely to be landlords than younger operators. 27% of landlords operated by those under 34 years of age is associated with full tenant operations, while just 8% is fully owned by the operator. On the other hand, 7% of land operators by those who are under 65 or older is found full tenant operations, and 43% is fully owned by the operator. Non-operator landlords are more likely than operator landlords to acquire land through inheritance. Operator landlords acquired over 50% of their land through a purchase from a non-relative, while non-operating landlords acquired over 50% through an inheritance or gift. Of the 45% of non-operator landlords who have no prior experience with farming, more than 2/3 either inherited or received their land as a gift. Thus, although a considerable fraction of non-operator landlords have not farmed, some family or personal relationship to farming may exist. So it says 10% of 93 million acres of all land and farms is expected to be transferred during 2015 to 2019, most of which 6% will change hand through gifts, trust, deals. Of all land expected to be transferred, only a quarter, which is 21 million acres, sold between non-relatives. Another 14%, or 13 million acres, is anticipated to be sold from one relative to another. While the amount of farmland expected to be sold is relatively small, some of the land transferred through trust wills may then be sold to new owners, bolstering the supply of land availability for purchase. Now, you can find this ERS report on the Economic Research Service, U.S. Department of Agriculture. It's a lot of information on all of this land that is going to be given to the upcoming generation and what's going to happen to it. A lot of them will end up selling to huge corporations that'll probably end up turning into business opportunities. So let's see here. As of right now, 98% of farmland owners are white, though over 60% of farm workers are people of color. However, 40% of all Asian and 36% of all Hispanic producers are new beginning through, though only a quarter of white farmers are new in beginning. Date 2022. This is out of Asheville. It's talking about the color of then. It says the AFT recently received a USDA grant for a beginning farmer and rancher development program, which provides grants to organizations for education, technical assistance initiatives for beginning farmers and ranchers. The Arganian Trust. Okay, so it says over 300 million acres in the upcoming decade are going to be transferred to the younger generation through inheritance. That's wild. And it says that farmer in the U.S. is 57.5 years old. I read somewhere else that it was 60. So this was put out in September of this year. Look at this. Hey, Holly. So this is interesting. This was put out in September this year. Now this is talking about the company we were just talking about, Albemarle. And it says, I'm going to read you some of this. It says that this is the project Kings Mountain, which is 70 miles from Asheville. That whole area is nutrient rich for lithium, phosphate, quartz, chromium, copper, gold, silver, iron, lead, zinc, manganese, a bunch of other things that I can't say, titanium, nickel, other things that I can't say. This whole area. It says at Albemarle, we believe in the power of partnership to create lasting impacts. And it says they had some collaboration with the community college to build a workforce. So it looks like they're looking for people to be working at this mine when they do open in 2026. It says Albemarle has completed the submission of several state federal permits to pursue the redevelopment of Kings Mountain Mine. This is a key milestone in the mine's potential redevelopment as the project advances into a multi-year permitting phase of the project. So it says Albemarle has been dewatering the existing Kings Mountain mine pit since April. Wait, you're going to have to start over, honey, because it just flooded. Now approximately 6 months into the process, after releasing 450 million gallons of treated water, the mine's pit water level has dropped to over 25 feet. I hope it's flooded. Ridiculous. This is exactly, in my opinion, why the Biden administration would drag their feet, helping the citizens of surrounding areas. It's all about money and lithium, apparently. There's validity to the crazy conspiracy story. That's crazy. State and federal permits submitted for potential redevelopment of Kings Mountain Mine. Albemarle has completed the submission of several. I just read that. Blah blah blah. It says, with these permit submissions, the company proceeds into a multi-year permitting phase. In addition to the successfully securing the necessary permits, the project is subject to a final investment decision by the company prior to commencing construction. Albemarle must secure a series of over 30 different approvals from the city of Kings Mountain, several divisions within the state of North Carolina, and the federal government to construct and operate the proposed mine, covering areas such as water, air, noise, and land to use. The review process is subject to agency timelines that may last 2 or more years. It is expected to include extensive agency and stakeholder review and comment. It looks like in September they had applied for over 30, it says over 30 different approvals, okay? They got $150 million for this. The city of Kings Mountain turned 150 years old to honor the Oh, yeah. Let's see. Yes, Albemarle Foundation is offering a special grant program, $150,000 in grant funding awarded to the local nonprofit organization, blah, blah, blah. So it looks like they're handing out grant money. But the city of Kings Mountain, this Albemarle, they received $150 million from the federal government to proceed with digging lithium. I can't believe they got rid of 450 million gallons of water. So, I mean, in order for our government to give them that kind of money, in my opinion, the government is on board with mining. I mean, obviously, they want to turn North Carolina into a hub for lithium. That's what they're hoping. It's the largest. It will be once they get started. Right now, it's currently one of the largest lithium manufacturers in the world. But when we get it up and running, I have no doubt that it's going to be the biggest. I wanted to look and see. Where else does lithium come from? I know I'd read Chile, Bolivia, Chile, Argentina. Lithium is extracted from the brines by pumping the salty liquid into the surface and allowing it to evaporate in large amounts. So that lithium magmites or whatever that I was trying to say, that's a rare type granitic rock that contains lithium and other rare minerals. That's actually a rare type of lithium. Only found in Australia, Canada, China, and Zimbabwe. But that's the type that they're pumping out of Kings Mountain. So that's interesting. That would be the only place for them to get that type of lithium in the United States. Most lithium comes from Australia, Chile, and China, who also dominates the processing of lithium and making batteries. Brine from underground aquifers is pumped into the surface in evaporation ponds. Australia is the world's largest lithium producer, accounting for nearly half of the global production in 2022. Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina, the lithium triangle, have the largest estimated resources with 50 million tons of lithium between the three countries. The fact that they are going to be able to produce lithium over here on the East Coast when this plant, when Albemarle, however you say it, opens back up, that's huge. And they're already making over $500 million a year in digging for minerals in the United States already. It's a multi-million dollar operation already that our federal government is making money off of. So, I mean, how many people think that maybe drug their feet so the people of Asheville flee and never come back? I don't know. It's just mighty weird that there is a lot of validity to these crazy stories of developers coming in and already attempting to buy people's property. You know, and these developers, you guys, they don't offer anywhere near what these properties are for. They try to pull the wool over people's eyes, and they successfully do that to a lot of elderly people. They're scam artists looking for a payday, people's most vulnerable moment. And you know who else is on? Who's getting developers into Asheville? Their mayor, Miss Esther. Miss Esther wants to develop Asheville, like majorly. Like, she wants to turn it into a huge city, you know. Overran with business. Hotels. This is what they want to turn Asheville into. Condos and luxury condos. That's what they want. And developers want to take what they can, take people's farmland, generation, wealth, and turn it into homes and properties. And I don't think that that's okay. It's not okay. Who really suffers is the residents of Asheville when their property taxes shoot up and they're on a fixed income and they've been, they were born in that property, okay? Like, I know that's hard to imagine, but I can promise you that a lot of people that they're past boomers age now, they were born in their homes on the side of a mountain back in 1932. I can promise that was very common back then. And for these developers to be coming in and trying to take these people's home, it's so messed up. And I knew that it was coming. Now the stories are starting to come out. We'll talk about those tomorrow. But also, is there any validity to the fact that this town is worth, it's got minerals that are worth millions of dollars. Yes, it's true. That whole area from Tennessee through the Appalachian, on the Parkway, Grandfather Mountain, that whole area, even parts of Lake Knoxville and all of that, those mountainy areas, they are littered with minerals. And, you know, honestly, I'm surprised that land hadn't kind of developed and stolen before now, because of what comes out of it. And then reading that it's a multi-million-dollar industry for North Carolina is even wilder. It's even wilder. People have killed people for less. Okay? They kill for less. So I have no doubt that that corporation would love to expand to any land that they can get their hands on outside of Kings Mountain going towards Asheville. It's really scary, you guys. Let's run into the bathroom and throw some trash away. I got to potty. Potty like a rock. Potty like a rock. My pants, my shirt, everything's too big. Hold on, I'll show you. This is way too big. My shorts. They're so cute, though. They're American Eagle. They're mom jeans. Can you see the tag? They're cute. I mean, I think they're adorable. This is a little too, but honestly, I never wear anything cute. So I was like, I'm putting on something cute because it's Sunday. It's the Lord's Day. You know, psychologically speaking, to leave people stranded in a natural disaster like that, that would do something to them psychologically, where they might be like, I never want to be alone again. I got to be in the city around people in case if something happens, they can get to me and rescue me. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that that's a fact for everyone, but I'm here to tell you that a lot of people affected by this storm are not going to want to go back to their homes. I like this nail polish. It's like a fall color. That was really good. It was the first thing I had today. I have been drinking protein, but my appetite. I did not go vacuum out my truck. I've been busy getting everything ready for court on Wednesday. I don't remember. But, oh, sorry. My bad. When I woke up, my shoulder kind of hurt a little bit. So I was like, damn, I only did 2 sets of lat pull downs. I don't know how that happens, but I guess my shoulder is not... Ow, my hair. I guess my shoulder is not completely healed. Jesus. Got to give it a little break. Oh, God. Why do people just be going crazy? Alright, you guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go work on my poster board, and I also kind of need to put up groceries. I don't know if I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for dinner. I was thinking, I don't know, like anything that I'm specifically craving. I guess I could grab some Chinese or something. Like there's a little spot right here that I can just get into and make my own plate to go. I don't know. I definitely need to go to Walmart because I need to get stuff for this poster board, tape and pins that write. But I hope y'all have a good afternoon, and don't call people conspiracy theorists when there's merit to what they're saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Y'all be safe out there, and we'll talk soon. Pray for me because God knows I need